Okay, now let's start our lecture today. I think we have page 136. Open your books. Now, language focus. Now we have to talk about some linguistic structures used in writing a narrative paragraph. Okay. Now, using the simple past. Use the simple past to tell about actions and events that started and finished in the past. In the narrative paragraph, we use simple past. لأنه الأكشن started وfinished in the past. Examples, for example, here في عندنا Dahlia walked home quickly that night. طبعا walked on a simple past. Ronald studied all night for that exam. إذا في عندنا walked and studied عبارة عن simple past إنه في عندنا two actions happened in the past وfinished in the past. Forming the simple past. طبعا في simple past في عندنا regular verse وعندنا irregular verse. Irregular verse we add ed. بينما الirregular طبعا حسب الفيرب. مثلا in 2003 I celebrated Christmas. I celebrated. هون برضه celebrated simple past. في عندنا 2003 عبارة عن ماركر للباست. I graduated from high school. نفسه graduate برضه simple past. Some verbs are regular in the simple past. زي مثلا spend بنقول spent. Okay. إذا Elisa and her sister spent all their money. I met my husband. برضه met. طبعا هذول التو verbs spent والmet عبارة عن irregular verbs. إذا they don't take ed. Okay. To form negative statement in the simple past with regular or irregular verbs, we use did not. إذا نقول I did not fall. إذا with negative we use did not. I did not fall off the cliff. I did not waste any money. هنا استخدمنا didn't fall and did not waste. الverb be برضه has two past forms. في أن Doug was طبعا هنا a good father. Sorry, Doug was a good father. طبعا هنا Doug عبارة عن singular فاستخدمه هنا was a good father. Scott and Eric were. هنا في عندنا plural so we use were. إذا Doug was طبعا was with singular and were with what with the plural. To form negative مع ال be verbs in the simple past we use not برضه. نقول مثلا Elisa was not nervous. Was not, we use here not after was, and they were not مع ال plural, they were not generous people. Okay. Now the affirmative statements طبعا في عندنا مثلا subject I, you, he, she, all the pronouns. I waited طبعا simple past فيش عندنا هنا subject verb agreement كلهم the same, they take the same form. I, you, he, she, it, we, they waited patiently. Affirmative statement. In negative we just add ايش did not. إذا نقول I, you, he, she, we, it, they did not wait. طبعا waited after did نرجع للبيس form wait. We don't say did not waited. We say did not wait. Okay. The verb statements with be verbs and was طبعا was I was well I was he was she was. Okay. Where you were they were we were. Okay. إذا هنا في عندنا he she it with was you we they with were. Okay. The negative statement مع ال be verbs we add just not. نقول I was not, he was not, she was not, it was not. بينما you we they نقول you were not, they were not, you were not. وهذا بالsimple past. Now exercise 1. Use simple past tense verbs. Complete the following sentences with past tense verbs. I was interested in astronomy. I was interested. هنا استخدمنا طبعا I. We should use what? Was. طبعا interested هنا is what adjective. Number 2. Number 2. Yes.
Can I?
Yeah.
We argued about our plans.
Then we argued, okay? We argued about our plans. We use the verb argued. Next. Next.
Can I do it too?
Yeah.
She brought an umbrella, some sandwiches, and a thermos of hot sweet tea.
Okay, good. إذن she brought an umbrella, some sandwiches, and thermos of hot sweet tea. طبعا هنا brought عندنا عبارة عن irregular verb. من bring brought. Yes. Next.
Can I do?
Yeah.
We asked for help and a helicopter came to rescue us.
إذن we asked for help هنا طبعا past and the helicopter
Came
came to
rescue
us. Good. Next. Yeah. Yes. هبة.
With fried plantains and
Number 5. Yes.
We cooked the roasted pig with fried plantains and arepas.
Then we cooked. Yes, we cooked the roasted pig with the fried plantains and arepas. Next.
Can I?
Yeah.
There were 122 people at the wedding.
There were 120 people at the wedding. Next.
After I met my host family, I was less worried.
After I
Met.
Yes. After I what?
Met.
Met
my
host family. I was. Yes. Then after I met my host family, I was less worried. Yes. Next.
Can I do it?
Yeah.
We climbed to the top of a mountain where we saw an ancient temple.
Yes. We climbed to the top of the mountain where we saw an ancient temple. إذا لاحظنا هنا we use simple past سواء مع البي verbs أو مع الريجولار والirregular verbs. Okay. طيب. Page 138. Read the following paragraph and correct mistakes with the simple past tense. There are 10 mistakes. Number 1.
Can I read it?
Yeah.
2 years ago, my friends and I decided to go to a special temple in my country.
Then 2 years ago, my friends and I decided to go to a special temple in my country. Yes, next.
Can I?
Yeah.
We waked up very early in the morning that day.
We?
Waked.
Waked? Is it waked?
We walked.
Walk. Okay. طبعا الباس من wake, walk, not waked. لأنها irregular verb here, wake. Okay. So we say we woke up very early in the morning that day. Yes. Next.
Can I do it?
Yeah.
After we ate our fruits, we wanted to climb the mountains.
Yes. After we ate our fruits, we wanted to climb the mountain. Yes, next.
Can I?
Yeah.
We got to the temple about 10 a.m. It was very beautiful. We stayed there and talked, but after a while, we wanted to hike some more.
Then we stayed here, there and talked, but after a while, we wanted to hike some more. Okay, good. Next. Next.
Can I continue?
Yeah.
We did not brought food, but we had some water and we started climbing.
We did not brought. شو أنا mistake did not brought?
Yeah.
We did not what?
Bring.
Bring, yes. Then we did not bring food, but we had some water and we started climbing. Next. Yeah. Yes.
We become tired.
Can I continue all of this?
No, we ask other students to participate here if they want. Yes.
Can I do it?
Yeah.
We became tired, but we did not want to stop.
Okay, then we became tired, but we did not want to stop. Yes. Next.
Can I?
Yeah.
We was thirsty too, but we did not have enough water.
We
what?
were.
We were thirsty too, but we did not
Have enough water.
have, yes, we did not have enough water. Next.
Can I?
Yeah.
Finally, we met some people and they gave us drinks and helped us.
We finally met some people and they gave us drinks and helped us. Next.
Can I?
Yeah.
I learned to
The last sentence.
when I go hiking the mountains.
The last sentence. This is not the last sentence. Where does the sentence start here?
That day.
That day, yes.
That day, I learned to be very careful when I go hiking in the mountains.
I learned that day. Learn to be very careful when I
go hiking in the mountains.
When I go, do we have a change here?
Yes. Learned.
Learned. So that day I learned to be very careful when I go hiking. Okay, good. Now you notice that we use simple past طبعا. Irregular, irregular كمان استخدمنا ال past of be verbs هم was and were. Negative. With the past we add did not. Okay. بال be verbs we say was not or ايش were not. Okay. Now language focus. Using the past continuous. Use the past continuous to describe an event that was already in progress when another event occurred or interrupted the first event. Look at the examples here. My brother and I were watching TV when we hear the crash. طبعا هنا في عندنا two actions أو events. Number one, my brother and I were watching TV. This is the first event. The second event, we hear the crash. طبعا which one was in progress? لو ايش؟ My brother and I were watching. This is what? This event was in progress. طبعا في عندنا another event شو عمل له interruption. شو ال other event? When we hear the crash. إذا the first part of the sentence we use past continuous. My brother and I were watching. هنا في كان عندنا event happening in the past. بعدين another event له when we hear the crash interrupted the first event. إذن الevent in the progress we use إيش past continuous was أو were. بينما second event اللي interrupted the first event we use إيش simple past. Look at the next example also. The car was moving slowly so I had plenty of time to cross the street. نفس الشيء. The car was moving slowly. Well, this action was in progress in the past. Another action interrupted it. شو? I had plenty of time to cross the street. إذن we can use the past continuous with simple past in the same sentence. When when we have two actions, one of the action or events in progress, the second event interrupted the first event. Okay. Now, use the past continuous to tell about two or more activities that were in progress at the same time. Also, we can use the past continuous when we have two events or two activities happening at the same time. For example, she was running while talking on the cell phone. إذن فعنا was running or talking. Both of them are past continuous. When do we use both past continuous? لما يكون عندنا two activities happening at the same time. Okay. Some teenagers were splashing and shouting at each other. نفس الشيء. Two past continuous were splashing, shouting. طبعا we use past continuous, two past continuous in the same sentence when two or more activities were in progress at the same time. Now, forming the past continuous. To form the past continuous, use was, were, and the base form of the verb ing. إذن when we use was aware طبعا نقول he was, I was, she was, it was. طبعا after الauxiliary اللي هو was اللي هو be verb, we use the main verb اللي هو live. I was living. إذن the second verb is إيش what? Is changed into إيش? Progressive, the continuous, progressive and continuous. نقول I was living in Washington at the time. Okay. طبعا هنا استخدمنا was. Okay. مع البيس فورم. طبعا البيس فورم we add ing to it. In the base form living live. When we use was, we say I was living, not I was live. Okay. Then with was and were, we add ing to the base form. To form negative statements in the past continuous, use not between was, were, and the verb ing. We were not laughing. إذا هنا when we make negative, we use not between اللي هو البي verb اللي هو were and the verb المين verb اللي هو إيش laughing. إذا we say we were not laughing. Okay, this is the negative form of the comedian's jokes. طبعا we do not use usually we don't usually use stative verbs زي مثلا be, know, understand, see, believe in the past continuous. إذا we can use past continuous here in different ways. Number one, we use past continuous when one action is in progress with second action is made interruption to the first action. إذن the first action اللي كان بالcontinuous we use was aware مع ing. The second action which interrupted the first action should be with in the what? In the past. برضو you can use past continuous when two or more activities in the progress happen at the same time. مثلا she was running while walking. and running was running walking. طبعا هنا we use she was running while ما نقولش was walking لأنه فينا was أصلا. ونقول she was running while walking. نفس الشيء. Some teenagers were splashing and shooting. برضه were splashing and shooting. برضه two past continuous happening at the same time. برضه with the be verb we use was aware plus ايش؟ المين verb طبعا البيس فورم بنضيف له ing بنقول was living for example. بالنيجاتيف we use not between البي verb والمين verb. We were not laughing. إذا not for between were لو auxiliary و laughing is the main verb. طبعا الستاتيف verbs اللي حكينا عنهم we don't use stative verbs ايش in continuous زي مثلا be, know, understand, see, believe. طبعا these نسميهم stative verbs cannot be used when in the past continuous. In the past continuous. طبعا instead of them we use ايش؟ we use simple past in the what? In the past. Okay. Any question about past continuous? Any question?
No.
Okay. طبعا من affirmative statements والnegative statements. مثلا I was, he was, she was, it was watching. شايفين أنا was مع الverb ing watching. You, we, they were watching. إذا I, you, we, they with were. So we say you or we or they were watching. إذا were plus إيش؟ plus ing after the base form. إذا كان negative statement بس نستخدم we use not between البي والمين verb. I وهي وشي وit was not watching. هنا not between be and watching اللي هو المين verb. You we they we use were. So you see you were not, they were not, we were not watching. بالنسبة للنيجاتيف. اوكي. إذا واضح بالنسبة للبي verbs. I he she it with was plus ing. You we they مع were plus ايش ing. بالنسبة للنيجاتيف we use the negative between the be verb and the main verb. اوكي واضح؟ طيب. Exercise 3 using the past continuous. Answer the following questions with sentences that use the past continuous. What were you doing yesterday at this time? إذا السؤال what were you doing؟ والأنسر بيكون برضه بالباست continuous. Well, I was shopping for a gift for my sister. إذا what were you doing؟ الأنسر is I was shopping. نقول شو what were you doing? You see, you can't say I shopped for. يعني the question continuous, past continuous. إذا الأنسر should be what? Past continuous.
Past
Next.
continuous.
Yes, past continuous. Next.
Can I answer?
Yeah,
Can I?
yeah.
What
were
were
you-
you doing last night at 6 p.m.? I was having dinner.
I was having dinner. Okay. What were you doing? I was having dinner. Yes. Next.
Can I?
Yeah.
What were you doing this morning at 10 a.m.? I was drinking a cup of coffee.
Yes. Then I was drinking a cup of coffee. I was drinking a cup of coffee. Next.
Yes,
Yeah.
doctor.
Yes.
What were you doing last year at this time? I was traveling in USA.
Yes. Then I was traveling to USA. I was traveling to USA. Next.
Can I do it?
Yeah.
What were you thinking about while you were coming to school today? I was thinking about how the instructions of a school are going to be and what we should follow for it.
Then I was thinking about something. I was thinking about something. إذا هنا we notice that طبعا the questions in the past continuous but answer should be in the past continuous. Exercise 4, identifying when to use the past continuous. Underline the verbs in each sentence. Then rewrite the sentences replacing the simple past with the past continuous where it is more appropriate. For example, I talked to my friend while the teacher explained the grammar, so I did not understand it. إذن هنا طبعا talked is what is incorrect. So we say I was talking. هنا we use past continuous. I was talking to my friend when the teacher was explaining the grammar. So I did not understand it. إذن هنا في استخدمنا two past continuous at the same time. I was talking to my friend when the teacher was explaining. في عندنا two events. So I was talking to my friend. Second event, the teacher was explaining. Then these two events happen إيش? At the same time. Happen at the same time. فهنا غيرنا while لwhen. Okay. نقدر نستخدم while نفس الشيء. I was talking to my friend while the teacher was explaining the grammar. طبعا the second part, so I did not understand it, we don't change it, okay? Because it's correct. Next.
Can I?
Yeah.
I lived in Paris when I had a triple car accident. I was living in Paris when I had a triple car accident.
إذن good, yes. I was living in Paris. I was living in Paris when I had terrible car accident. Yes.
جاوب أنا.
Yeah, next.
I worked on my paper and wanted the game when he called. I worked بتصير I was working
Yes, I was working on my paper.
and I was watching.
لا هنا I worked on my paper and I was working
Watching.
on my paper and
watching.
ما بنعيدها مرة ثانية نقول I, okay. إذا I worked on my paper and إيش؟ I was working on my paper and watching the game
Okay.
when he called. Okay. إذا هنا we use past continuous. Next.
Can I?
Yeah.
A stranger stood in the doorway when we arrived home. A stranger stood in the doorway when we're arriving home.
Is it correct? A stranger stood in the doorway when we arrived home.
Was standing.
إذا a stranger
was
was standing, yes. A stranger was standing in the doorway when we arrived home. إذا a stranger was standing. Next.
Can I?
Yes.
We drove to the hospital when my wife told the taxi driver to stop the car. We were driving to the hospital when my wife told the taxi driver to stop the car.
Yes, إذا we were driving to the hospital when my wife told the taxi driver to stop the car. Okay. Next.
Can I?
Yeah.
In those days, I worked and went to school, so I didn't have much very time. In these days, I was working and going to school, so I didn't have much very time.
إذا in those days I was working and إيش going. طبعا went هنا نرجع للبيس فورم لوينت اللي هو إيش go منقوش winting. So I was working and going to school, so I didn't have much free time. Okay. Any question about past continuous with past? إذا عرفنا كيف نستخدم past continuous مع past. ها؟
Yes.
Any question؟
Yes.
حد عنده أي سؤال؟ Any question? Okay. Exercise 5. Editing a paragraph. Read the following paragraph and correct mistakes with the simple past and the past continuous. There are 9 mistakes. Okay.
Can I, Doctor?
Yeah.
When I was a university student about 2 years ago, I was enrolling in a scuba diving course.
When I was a university student about 2 years ago, I
was enrolling.
Can we use here was?
لا بس enrolling.
Is it correct to say I was enrolling?
No.
Then we don't change this into past continuous. We say I what?
I enrolled.
I enrolled. Then we don't change the verb here. I enrolled. When I was a university student about 2 years ago, I enrolled in a scuba diving course. Yes. Next.
Right.
Yeah.
My scuba diving teacher was having a big surprise. I was knowing this is a mistake. We use I did not know how to swim.
طبعا هنا في عندنا نوع قلنا ايش عباره عن stative verb. Okay.
Yes.
No is a stative verb. When a stative verb cannot be used in what? Progressive or progressively. And we don't change the stative noun verb into ing. Then here we say I wasn't. Instead of wasn't, what do you use?
I did not know.
I did not. Knowing is
How to swim.
no. إذن I did not know
Yes,
how
I did
to
not.
swim. إذن I did not know how to swim. Next.
Can I dictate?
Yeah.
In fact, I had a big fear of water. When I was a child, my parents tried to help me, so they made me take many swimming courses.
Then I had big fear of water. Is it okay? I had a big fear of water. Yeah. When I was a child, my parents tried to help me, so they make me take many swimming courses. Huh? What is wrong in this sentence? Huh? What's wrong? So they what? Is it correct to say so they make me?
Made me.
Huh?
Should it be made me?
Made me, yes. Then we are talking about past, so we should change make into made. They made me make many swimming courses. Next. Next.
Can I do it?
Yeah.
Although I try hard, I didn't learning to swim. Learning false, I didn't learn.
Learn. Then although I tried. واضح? Although I tried hard, I did not learn. مش learning. I did not learn to swim. Next.
أجاوب أنا دكتور.
Yes.
When I enrolled in the scuba diving course, I was still afraid of water. I was stilling.
Stilling. هل still verb هنا? Is still a verb?
لا
still عبارة عن adverb, okay? It's not a verb. Then this sentence is what? This sentence?
الverb afraid.
When I enrolled in the scuba diving course, I was still afraid of water. Is it correct or not correct?
It's correct. The sentence
correct, yes. It's correct, yes. Next.
Can I dictate?
Yeah.
Every day when I entered the swimming pool, I battled with my fear. It should be I battled.
I battled, yes, battled. Then every day when I entered the swimming pool, I battled with my fear. Next.
Can I?
Yeah.
Fortunately, my courage won every time. Finally, one day, while I was practicing my dive, I realized that I was doing very well.
Good. Then, fortunately, my courage won every time. Finally, one day, while I was practicing. Either we don't use ing without be verb here. While I was practicing my dive, I realized that I was doing. Okay, was with do طبعا ing. Was doing very well. Next.
Can I?
Yeah.
So finally, after 6 months of hard work, I completed the course. It's a correct sentence.
Yes, it's a correct sentence. Yes. Next.
Can I?
Yes.
It is true that I was always the worst of the group, but in my own evaluation, I was a champion because I conquered my fear of water.
Then it is true that I was always the worst. of the group, but in my own evaluation, I was a champion because I conquered my fear of water. Yes. Next.
Can I?
Yeah.
For me, this experience was very important. It was a test of courage, and I passed it. It's a correct sentence.
Correct. It was very important. It was a test of courage. لاحظنا بالباراجراف هاي طبعا استخدمنا ايش؟ simple past، استخدمنا past continuous، طبعا استخدمنا البي فيرس، اوكي، والمين فيرس، اوكي. اذا طبعا this is narrative paragraph. طبعا narrative paragraph تكون بالشكل هذا، اوكي. يعني you can't use here مثلا simple present الا اذا بكون في عندنا ايش؟ الا بكون عندنا في عندنا indicator، اوكي، او indication. مثلا قلت now بالباراجراف وانا we change السمبل باست تو ايش؟ تو simple present، اوكي. ليش؟ لانه we have an indication that صار عندنا في عندنا shift بالتنس من الباست للبريزنت. What makes the shift؟ اللي هي now، اوكي. Now we can't use now with the past ولا لا؟ اذا we can change or we can shift the past to present by ايش؟ بس لازم يكون عندنا ايش؟ indication. مثلا زي now او مثلا for the time being. هنا في نعمل shifting من الباست للبريزنت، واضح؟ but بالناراتيف باراجراف all the verbs should be بالباست شو كمان؟ والباست continuous. الباست وباست continuous. we don't use have. We don't use the present perfect. هم will has will have will had. The present past perfect. We don't use the future. But we use only ايش؟ simple past. Simple past والpast ايش؟ past continuous. إذا when you write a narrative paragraph بدك تنتبه إنك don't use other verbs except الpast والpast continuous. واضح؟ Any question about this paragraph? Any question? Okay. Now طبعا the last step in writing a paragraph, you edit your first draft and rewrite it. Review your paragraph for mistakes. Use the checklist below, then write a final draft. احنا قلنا after we finish our paragraph نعمل checklist. Okay. Number one, for example, did you use the simple past to express events that started and finished in the past? طبعا هذا السؤال عندك. You ask yourself, did you use simple past to express events that started and then finished in the past? طبعا if yes تعمل tick. Number two, did you check for correct irregular verb forms? بالنسبة irregular verb forms طبعا بيختلفوا عن regular. Did you check for them? إذا if you check for them طبعا تحط tick. The next question, did you use the past continuous to show simultaneous or interrupted actions? Did you use past continuous? طبعا simultaneous or interrupted action. برضو if you did طبعا you tick this one. Did you capitalize the first letter of each sentence and put in punctuation at the end? ونحكي عن punctuation. يعني when you start the sentence, we use the first letter capitalized. At the end of the sentence, we use ايش punctuation اللي could تكون full stop, maybe a question mark, maybe exclamation mark, and so on. Okay. Any questions so far?
دكتور هسه لما بدنا نيجي نكتب الفقرة لازم نكتب كل الأشياء اللي بتحكي عنها، يعني
كيف يعني؟
الخطوات. يعني مثلا أنت بتحكي لازم نكتب السمبل باست وباست بريزنت، لازم نعمل يعني الأشياء اللي أخذناها هون لازم كلها نكتبها.
بس لحظة شوي التليفون.
ماشي.
ألو. ليش دقيقة؟ ليش شو الذي مش معهم شو اسمه؟ مش معهم. طيب ليش عم جيب الورقة من جزء. ما أعرف معهم بعد ليش بنجي شو دخل هذا؟ شو سوى؟ شو سوى بعد؟ طيب شو صار؟ شو صار معهم؟ بس شوف الصورة. طب الكراري من الأصلي وش الصورة؟ كيف ما يعطونوش الصندوق؟ كذا الصورة مش مشكلة. وراح على الصندوق. طب انت خلاص مو مش معطيهم اصلا مراحل ثانيه؟ طب شو ليش هيك؟ ما بدهم وصل يكملون. لا قصدي ها ما بدهم وصل الصندوق. إذا ما يجوش لا بدك معناته تروح تدفع عليك وراء مش عارف شو. بشوف شو صار معه تتابع معه وشوف شو صار معه. اوكي يعطيك العافية. مع السلامة. ايوه مين اللي سألت سؤال؟
أنا دكتور.
رغد
بحكي لك إنه هسه إحنا كل يوم قاعدين بناخد بارت عن narrator paragraph. لازم نكتب الخمسة يكونوا بفقرتنا ولا مش شرط؟
نكتب ايش؟
لما بدنا نكتب الفقرة لازم يكونوا الخمسة موجودين.
شو الخمسة؟
الخمس أجزاء اللي أخذناهم، 5 أفكار عن كتابة الفقرة هاي.
مو احنا قصدك للفيربس يعني؟
لا هسه في الباراجراف إلها 5 parts.
لا فيش عندنا 5 بارتس في الباراجراف، 3 كلهم.
دكتور مبلا
لا في عندنا توبيك سنتنس.
لا مش هيك، شروط.
شو يعني شو تقصد؟ مش فاهم شو
هسه شروط كتابة الفقرة اللي هي تتنظم، تكون مرتبة، نستخدم البريزنت، الباست كونتينيوس والباست سمبل.
تحكي عن الفيرس بتحكي عن الفيرس معناته مزبوط؟
لا
تقولي باست وباست كونتينيوس هذول الفيرس تحكي عنهم انت.
دكتور هسه احنا مش كل يوم بناخذ فكرة عن النراتيف باراجراف. طيب هسه ما انا بحكي لك انه لازم نكتبهم الاجزاء الخمس اللي اخذناهم، اللي كل يوم الفكره اللي بناخذها عن.
مش فاهم شو الاجزاء الخمسه. الباراجراف لها 3 بارتس: توبيك سنتنس، بادي، وكونكلودينج سنتنس بس. والباقي بكون بالبادي بكون سبورتنج ديتيلز بس. سبورتنج ديتيلز هنا بدك تستخدم احيانا حسب الجمله تحط اياها باست او باست كونتينيوس، سمبل باست، يعني هذا هو بس. عرفتي؟
دكتور طب اللي اخذناه اليوم مكتوب صفحه 136 بارت 4. هذا البارت صفحه 136 مكتوب editing your writing. طيب مثلا في part 5 مكتوب putting all that together. لازم نكتبهم كلهم هذول الأفكار ولا لا؟ يكونوا بالفقرة اللي بنكتبها.
هذول مش أفكار، هذول عبارة عن فيرس. عرفتي؟ لو تكتب باراجراف بدك تكتبي فيرس بتكون حسب الجملة. إذا في عندنا بتكون باست كونتينيوس مع الباست. إذا في واحد باست لحاله بتكون باست لحاله الجملة. عرفتي؟ إذا بكون ثنتين مع بعض، إذا كان الأكشن happen at the same time تستخدمي 2 باست كونتينيوس. عرفتي؟ حسب الفكرة اللي حطيتها أنت، حسب الجملة.
تسلموا دكتور.
لاحظت الباراجراف اللي عملناها قبل شويه؟
شفتها.
شفتيها. شوف مثلا خلينا نعيدها مره ثانيه.
تمام.
نعيدها مره ثانيه نشوف كيف استخدمنا فيها. طيب. When I was a student and when I was a university student about 2 years ago, I enrolled in scuba diving course. وطبعا استخدمنا past simple past اللي هو was a university. برضه استخدمنا enrolled past الاثنين حطيناهم في past. Okay. My scuba diving teacher was having a big surprise. وانا ايش؟ استخدمنا continuous at that time. I wasn't knowing. هنا طبعا know لأنها stative. We can't use it in what in progressive. In fact, I had a big fear. I had برضه simple past. I had a big fear of water. When I was a child برضه was simple past. My parents tried to help me برضه tried simple past. So they made me هون برضه simple past. Take my swimming courses. Although I tried hard برضه simple past. I did not برضه simple past مع negative. When I enrolled برضه simple past. I was still afraid برضه simple past. Every day when I entered the swimming pool برضه simple past. I battled نفس الشيء برضه simple past. Fortunately my courage won every time برضه won simple past. Finally one day while I was هون صار عندنا while عرفتي while بكون عندنا two actions بصير interruption. السكند اكشن بيعمل interruption الفيرست اكشن. شو عندنا while I ايش؟ was practicing. ونستخدمها past continuous. ليش؟ لانه في عندنا two events واحد عمل interruption للثاني. شو realized شايف realized عمل interruption للwas practicing. اذا while I was practicing هنا past continuous. في عندنا realized simple past صار عندنا interruption من realized للwas practicing. okay that I was doing هنا حطينا was الwas طبعا بدها continuous هنا I was doing very well. okay اذا هون استخدمنا past continuous. So finally after 6 months of hard work I completed هون simple past. It is true that I was always the worst of the group, but in my own evaluation, I was a champion. برضه نفس الشيء. Past was a champion. I conquered my fear. وأنا شو بصير؟ I conquered my fear. Simple past. For me, the series was very hard. نفس الشيء simple past. It was a test برضه simple past, and I passed it برضه past simple past. لاحظت شو كيف استخدمنا؟ استخدمنا أعتقد بجزء بس حوالي يعني 2-3 sentences مع past continuous الباقي كله simple past. هيك بدنا نستخدم بدنا نكتب جملنا. اوكي ممكن تكون simple past ممكن تكون past continuous ممكن يكون مع بعض الثنتين. اوكي simple past مع past continuous. واضح من الفكره؟
تمام دكتور.
هاي بالنسبه للناراتيف باراجراف. في اسئله ثانيه؟ اوكي اذا بدنا تبدوا لنا بالباراجراف يوم الخميس تسلموني اياها تودوها زي ما وديتوها بالاول. اوكي بس زي ما قلت بتكون على الويرد مش تغلبوني المره الماضيه وبتكتب اسمك على البيبر على الباراجراف تبعتك من فوق. واضح؟ وبتكون الايش؟ دبل سبيس. لا تنسوا دبل سبيس. اذا اختار هنا انت اي باراجراف شو تكون.
دكتور
الخميس كثير قريب يعني.
لا وغير انه قريب علينا امتحانات دكتور.
اختلفناش. هاي باراجراف بتاخذ وقت كثير يعني صغير لنا.
والله يا دكتور
بس اخرها شوي يعني.
خلص الجمعه معناته الجمعه اعطيك فيها.
السبت منيح.
السبت مو بدي اقدر اصلحها بدها وقتها كثير. اوكي
السبت منيح والله.
السبت منيح مشان اصلح فيهم يوم السبت. اذا السبت الساعه 10 الصبح معناته. اوكي
خلص تمام.
واضح؟ اذا شو نكتب هسه؟ بدنا نكتب باراجراف مش ايسيه تكتبوا لي. اللي بودي لي ايسيه خلص بحطه صفر. ما بقبل ايسيه انا. باراجراف تكونوا شايفين شكلها شلون؟ عندكم بالكتاب شفتوها كيف شكلها؟ زي هيك باراجراف. بده يكون فيها توبيك سنتنس. اوكي؟ بده يكون فيها سبورتنج سنتنسز وبده يكون فيها كونكلودي سنتنس. تكتب على بس تخلص الكتاب تكتب اسمك فوق. تكتب العنوان ما تنساش في ناس كانوا ناسين عنوان الباراجراف. تكتب اسمك فوق وبتكون بالويرد. دير بالك تجيب لا بالبي دي اف ولا باي شيء ثاني. تفوت على الويرد تستخدمها بالويرد. بعدين بتكون دبل سبيس. اوكي تودوا له على الاي ليرنينج. واضح؟ بعدين الخط لا تخلوا لي 40 ولا 30. الخط 12 تايمز نيو رومان. واضح؟ في اسئله ثانيه؟ في عندكم اي اسئله ثانيه؟ ها في اي اسئله ثانيه؟
لا دكتور.
اوكي اذا see you next time.
باي.